Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have a whole bunch of stuff I have to get done today. Under some extreme circumstances, I am going away for 5 days. Excuse me. Go lay down. Go back and lay down in the sun. I know I looked at you, but I'm sorry. Okay, like I was saying, under some extreme circumstances, I am leaving for almost a week. I have to go to Florida, and I'm gonna be gone. So I've got to get the plant room ready to go. I've got to clean the whole house, and I have a new phone coming today that I have to get set up. I still have to pack, and I leave tomorrow morning at, well, I'm gonna be leaving my house at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So as you see this, when this is uploaded, I will currently be on a plane to Florida. But yes, I have a whole bunch of stuff to do today. I am already running an hour and a half behind because I set up little reminders in my phone with timestamps of when I have to get stuff done. I'm already an hour and a half behind. I should be editing this video right now, but my grandmother, who I am traveling with, is not technically inclined. So I basically had to plan this whole trip and get everything situated to, fingers crossed, have a very smooth trip through the airport tomorrow morning. So, without further ado, hi, if you're new here, my name's Emily. Harley and Sammy are over there. Need some more coffee. And let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, I am going to Florida for about 5 days. I am leaving tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday. And I am coming back on Sunday. It's about 5 days. And I have to leave to go pick up my grandma at like, oh, I have to leave my house at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go pick her up to get to the airport and go through TSA and everything like that. Which will be even stricter because I did not realize when we last minute booked these flights that we were going to be flying on 9/11. So I just want to take a second. I know I don't look like it, but I am old enough to remember 9/11. So I just want to take a second of silence and just remember the awful thing that happened. Thank you. Okay. So yes, we will be flying on 9/11, so I am prepared for TSA to be challenging. But I've got us already checked in and checked bags reserved for when we get there tomorrow. So hopefully it will be a little smoother. Back up, please. But this is everything I want to get done today. I want to first I want to make sure my moss poles are nice and wet. And then I want to wrap them. Can you not do that, please? Cappuccino is not good for puppy dogs. But then I want to wrap them in, can you not hit my camera? Back up. I want to wrap them in saran wrap to try and keep them wet while I'm gone. And just water a few things, and I want to fill up all the reservoirs for all of my self-watering planters. Your head is in the way. But yeah, that is basically on the agenda today. You cannot have this. But yeah, she wants my coffee so bad. You can't see it, but her tail's wagging. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I also want to clean up the plant room before we leave. And I just want to say, if you hear lawnmowers in the background, I apologize. But like I said, I need to get this done today. Today is Tuesday. You are so strong. Go. Go. Do I have to kick you out? But I have to get this filmed today so you guys can have a video for tomorrow. I already did a repotting video for Sunday that I still have to edit and get uploaded and scheduled to post for either Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which one yet, but look forward to that one. And I'm also sitting here checking my doorbell camera for when FedEx will bring my new phone. So hopefully after these two videos, we have better video quality. I'd hope so. It's a new iPhone. But yeah. So let's start with just watering the moss poles and getting the water ready for all of the alocasias and everything that is in semi-hydro. And we're just gonna go from there. I also want to show you the new leaf on my Magnificum because it is gorgeous. Also, I have fall nails now. I have a little pumpkin right here. So cute. I thought they were so cute. But yeah, okay. This has been kind of a long intro. Let's get this party started. Okay, first things first, I've got to fill that humidifier. I forgot to fill that one too. Didn't realize that that one was off, so now my plant room is only at 46. It's okay. It's just regular water. And then while I'm also doing that, I have my water for my moss poles here. It's just my big leaves fertilizer in here, and I have Gnat death drops. So that's just what I'm gonna use for my moss poles. Yeah, let's fill this. So yeah, this whole thing has been pretty stressful. Basically, we just found out yesterday that we are actually going to be going to Florida. And so 10 minutes after I found out I was going, I had to start booking flights. And I think 20 minutes after we booked the flights, I was sitting there looking at hotels and booking a hotel. The whole thing has been pretty stressful just because it was so last minute and like not planned. Like it was like maybe we were going to go. And the whole reason is because my great grandmother has passed. And so we weren't sure if we were gonna go because my grandma's sister or whatever wasn't sure if she was gonna actually have a funeral. Well, my other aunt, great aunt, talked her into having some kind of funeral or something. So now we are going last minute down to Florida. And that's why it's so stressful. So if you take anything from this, plan your trips in advance. That would be the best. Oh shit. I just made a huge mess. That's okay. I always make a mess. Okay, I'm gonna let those drain. All I do to water my moss poles, if you're new here, is they have these clear little cups. They're like, okay, so these are like 7-ounce cups, and they just have little holes poked in the bottom of them. And when there's water in them, they just slowly drain down into the moss. That's how I water my moss poles. It's easiest for me. But yeah, so they're gonna drain, and we'll just let that drain while I fill up my other humidifier so that can get going and boost the humidity up to where that one can turn off and conserve water, because it needs to conserve water. Okay, so now with the rest of this water, since I have now, my poles should be pretty good to go. I did add just another cup, fill up the cup one more time for the ones that are extended. So my silver sword, my fuzzy petiole, and my brandy have all had another cup, just because they're, you know, they're extended, so they take a little bit more water. What I am gonna do is go ahead and water some of the things that are in there that are in soil that haven't been watered in a little while. And that is going to include my variegated vidifolium. And the reason for that is I just uppotted her. You will see it in the video on Sunday. We're kind of going backwards here. But, so this is her newest leaf, and she's currently putting out another one. But because of that, I just basically filled in around, and her, the soil that were around her roots was still pretty dry, or pretty wet. And so it's been, oh man, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 days since then. So I am just gonna go ahead and water her, along with probably my little Ethereum seedlings that are in soil, and just a couple other things, so that hopefully they don't die while I'm gone. That's all this is. I am trying to be preventive, I guess, and trying to make sure I don't come home to a whole bunch of damage. That's all I'm trying to do. Come home to the least amount of damage and rehabbing as possible. But honestly, I've gone longer without watering these things, mainly when I was sick. And so I think I'm good to go, honestly. Dang. I see webbing on my bundle of sticks. But that looks like a spider web, and not like spider mites. That's definitely a freaking spider web. I have spiders, apparently. S word. That's irritating. I don't want spiders. And I don't even know if I can like spray anything in here because of my plants. Like any chemicals for spiders. Because I know I get some like really big ones on the outside of my windows. And it's just because my window stays open because of the, because of the plants. And so when the grow lights are on and it's dark, it attracts bugs, which therefore attracts spiders. And there's been some like giant freaking spiders on my windows. And so now that kind of scares me that I got one the size of size of a tarantula in my plant room. I hope it's just one of those jumping spiders and not anything serious. There's another thing I want to show you. So I just saw this yesterday. Good news is it's so tiny you're not going to be able to see it. But this is my Hoya Bella. And I mean, if you guys have been around for a little while, you've seen when I repotted her into pond and then into soil. And she is happy. And I know that for two reasons. One, we've got, well, it started out as like a single little strand. Like you can see right here. This is how much of the plant I actually had when I like first got it. We've got 2 growth points, a 3rd growth point, and where's it at? It's right here. Do you see what that is? I'm trying to show you, but I don't have 3 hands. I need 3 hands. Let's see if that works. That's a peduncle. She's going to bloom. My first ever Hoya bloom. And like, I've only had this plant since, or I've had just that one little cutting. Oh man. I want to say since May or June. And I know it doesn't look like much for having it 3 to 4 months. Actually, it's only been 3 or 4 months. Jeez. But that is because I neglected her as a cutting. It took her a really long time to root because she was in moss and the moss just kept drying out. So, like, my fault. But she is going to bloom and I am so freaking stoked. This is so exciting. It's my first Hoya bloom. And I've only had Hoyas for, oh crap. What was my first Hoya? You were my first Hoya. My Crimson Princess was my first Hoya. And I think I've had her since, I want to say February. I think I got her in February. Because I think she was a birthday present to me. But, like, you know what? Let's just check her. Because if I'm not mistaken, Carnosa are, like, really, really easy. Just like Hoya Bellas. So, let's check her. So she's been neglected. She also has freaking spider webs. And I can tell the difference because these are like so much thicker. Like the webbing itself is a lot thicker. Versus like spider mites where it's very, very like thin and like delicate. But let's... Honestly, she needs to be washed off. But I don't know if I have time for that today. You know what? I'm going to make time because I'm going to wash that string of the bundle of sticks off. So I'm going to spray her off too. So we're going to just spray everything off. I mean, other than having a whole bunch of new growth, I do not see any peduncles. And, like, that's okay. Honestly, she's in pond, but, like, I never water her. I think we went a couple months without watering at all. I just kind of forgot about her, all right? It happens sometimes. It's fine. We're fine. It's good. She's still alive. That's all that really matters. But yeah, I don't see any peduncles on her. Definitely a bunch of new growth and like still trying to grow. But yeah, that's okay. we will make a note to spray her and the bundle of sticks off. And honestly, probably the Ripsalis. Probably going to spray that off and treat that. Again, just because it did come to me with like some webbing as well, whether it was spider mites or like an actual spider. I don't know, but I treated that one just to be on the safe side, and I'm going to go ahead and do it again. And we'll go from there. I have to stop talking and like get moving because it is, what time is it? Because it is after 10 o'clock and I was supposed to start this at like 8 a.m. So, stuff happens. It's okay. Let's just speed through and get through this. All right. Okay, so I did also, let me move my chair here. I did also just make up some water for the semi-hydros so I can just refill those. I did not put silica into this just because I do not have the time or the patience right now. I want to get this room done and move on to cleaning and packing and all that. So this just has my Foliage Pro, I believe that's what it is, in here. And that's it because it's going into pond. It doesn't need the Gnat death drops. So I also went ahead and put a drip tray under the Vidifolium. So we're good there too. Okay, so this is another reason that I really like clear ones. I don't know how well you're going to be able to tell on camera, but honestly not that well. But this one is still very wet, whereas this Hoya is actually kind of dry. And I can see that just by looking on the what am I trying to say? I can see that just by looking at the pots. And so these are my little seedlings. I am not going to water these. I am going to actually water this one instead. And I'm going to go ahead and put another little clip on her to hold her because she is kind of growing. Counterclockwise. So just like that. So now she's clipped up here as well and not just hanging off. So I'm gonna water her instead of the little seedlings, and we will just continue on. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that is why I use clear pots. Honestly, I don't know how well you can tell the difference, but this one you can see is pretty dry down here, whereas this one's pretty wet all the way through. So yeah, I'm gonna just water this one just a little bit and we will continue. Now onto the alocasia. I know this isn't really a very good angle, but it's what I got. I'm sorry. Okay. And I did just want to go ahead and show you my dragon scale because she is blowing minds and like winning the beauty pageant. Not even kidding. So my variegated dragon scale, if you don't remember, this was when I received it, this was the biggest and like one of the most variegated leaves, I think. Actually, it might have been this one. I think this one was the biggest one. But then the first leaf she put out in my care was this one. You can definitely see the elbow variegation where she's turning more white instead of like yellow. But y'all are not ready for this next leaf because I was not ready and I was not expecting it whatsoever. And it really shocked me. And I think it's gonna shock you too. But here it is. Look at that beautiful, beautiful leaf. When I saw this leaf, it was still like kind of unfurling. It was still curled a little bit. But I took it, I ran to Alex and I was like, you wanna know why I spent $120 on plants? Because of this right here, and like shoved this leaf in his face. I thought it was hilarious. He was not as amused, but it was also because he was sitting there trying to play video games at the time. And yeah, just she is freaking gorgeous and mind-blowing, and she is winning all the beauty pageants. All of them. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that leaf. I haven't shown it yet on Instagram. I was going to after I cleaned my plant room a little bit and took some pictures so that I could, you know, still post on Instagram while I'm away as well. And so, yeah, she's freaking gorgeous. She's huge. She is amazing. And like the pinks on the back of these leaves, I mean, it's like all of them. I love the pink veination on the backs of these leaves. Like, and you can even see a little bit of it. See it down here in the white. Of it shining through. And it's gorgeous. Okay. Continuing on. Because I was getting distracted. My Frydek is also putting out a new leaf right now. And I moved this shelf like a month ago. Redid the whole cabinet a month ago because she was outgrowing this space. And she is freaking outgrowing it again. But you know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. It's fine. It's whatever. I do want to show you one more plant, and then I'm going to, fingers crossed, stop getting distracted. But this is my Magnificum. Holy crap! Her roots are making a run for it. I did just repot this probably a month and a half ago, and her roots they're making a run for it, and this is the biggest pot I freaking have. But anyways, this is her newest leaf. It's still like hardening off. You can see just like the color difference here, you know, from this one to this one. So you can see it is not finished yet. And like, it's so big, it's gorgeous, it's amazing. I have no idea which of these little stakes I'm going to try to put her in. Honestly, I might not even like stake her up. She's not hanging out too much. I might eventually, but I think she's okay for right now. But like, face check. Let me bend down here. She is huge and gorgeous, and I fall more in love with this plant with each leaf it gives out. And just, yeah, she's gorgeous. If you haven't tried anthuriums yet, this is like a very, very easy anthurium. And so is a clarinervium. Like this sucker, I haven't watered it in crap, I don't know how long, but it's still alive. It doesn't look good, but she's still alive. And that smallest leaf right there in the middle of the three, that's a new leaf. That's the newest leaf. And I mean, she's alive. So, and I feel like the clarinervium especially would probably work best, or like work the best of anthuriums for you if you do not have a very high humidity space, just because like they're so easygoing. So if you don't have a cabinet or don't like are in an area that has really high humidity, clarinervium will do you good. Ow. And honestly, they all look so different because this was sold to me as a clarinervium as well. And like, this one looks so different. And this is the newest leaf on her too, which is still hardening off. But yeah, this is like my favorite anthurium ever. And like, she's so good. So this inflow I didn't quite get to. I'm just leaving it on just in case it like self-pollinated itself. But this one I did rub the inflow on my Magnificum onto it. I'm going to see if it takes. You can still see, yeah, some of that pollen on it. It's that yellow stuff right there. But yeah, I'm gonna see if she takes. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think this one did because it's yellowing off. So it's whatever. It's fine with it. Honestly, it might have been better to wait until I move anyways, so that I don't add any extra stress onto a pregnant mama. Okay, so we're good. We're okay. I'm not disappointed at all if it doesn't take. Let's get this in here without damaging that leaf. Okay, so because I can't remember the last time I watered that first clarinervium, I'm gonna water her. Just a little bit. We're good. I do have that Jacqueline back here I gotta put water in. Okay, we're done with that cabinet. That cabinet should be fine. I'm hoping it's going to be fine. I'm definitely going to need some more water for my big alligators over here, but that's okay. But I have my Michelitiana over there and just in front of the table. She's getting like just a tiny bit of direct light, but because her leaves don't peek over the windowsill, it's really not that much. My black velvet is hanging out on the floor over here too. I would say it's getting some probably low to medium filtered light, because it has to get past not only my Monstera Thai constellation, but it has to get past this Zabrina that's getting like all the full sun because she likes it. My Tycon is also in full sun. If you can see her over there, that's her leaf over there. There we go. I can figure out how to point. So I'm just gonna go ahead, fill up my black velvet. I'm just gonna Yeah, there we go. Pour the rest in here, and then I will get some more water for the Sabrina and my Regal Shield that is right here sitting on this glass table. And oh, you're stuck. Don't be stuck. Whew. Don't try that at home, kids. This one little tendril of the leaf was stuck in the caterpillar. So she was not happy, and it's one of like these, so it is very, very delicate. Like, as you can see, this one's completely broken in half. This one's bent in half. Yeah, it happens. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this leaf. And hopefully not myself. Just to add some more humidity to that leaf to let it unfurl a little bit more, or a little easier. I'm gonna hope we're gonna be okay for watering for the 5 days I'm gonna be gone. But yeah, okay. She also gets a little bit of filtered, kind of bright light. She gets a lot more than the black velvet does, but it's still not as like, she doesn't get the almost direct light for very long. So that's just where I have space for her when I kicked her off of the shelf that's up there for my rat tail cactus. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some more water for my Slimmy Hydros, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I got my water. Phone's charged a little bit. We're good to start going. Okay. Back up. Let me see. Okay. Okay, we're good. Everything's full. Yeah. Okay. Want to check those Hoyas, and I think that will be it for watering. And then it's really just going to be pulling that down. What else was it? The Crimson Princess. So taking that and the Crimson Princess and the Ripsalis and spraying those off. And then after that, I'm gonna finish cleaning my plant bathroom and then clean up this room. So let me grab those Hoyas. Okay, so first one up, we have the Polynura, and she's spitting out 2 new leaves right there, some more right there, and right there. She is spitting out, oh, and down there. Looks like, oh, and on that strand too. So, oh, it's just a little bit right there. We have new growth on all over this, and she does need some water, and she's got really good roots. See those roots there? So I'm gonna water her, and then I have to check the shepherd eye And I think we'll be good because those are the only two I haven't watered recently. I'm banking on all the cactuses, even the new ones that are over there and hanging up. I'm banking on those being fine because they were very wet when I got them. So I think those will be good. And I gotta figure something else out with this wiring situation, but I think we're good. It's fine for now. 1, 2, 3, and new growth there and right there. Okay, so good news is we've got new growth on this as well. Sorry, here's a mower. The beans are still pretty firm, but this is bone dry. So I'm going to water this one as well. You can see this new root right there. It's such a pretty little root. There's a new one right there. And right there as well. So we're getting new rootage, which is really good. There's even a little one right there. And okay, so we got new growth, new roots, and I don't see anything on this. So we are doing good on these new Hoyas. So that's good news. Let me water these. Pull this one down to water it. And I'm just going in with the rest of the water that was from my moss poles. I was just in the kitchen. I needed to grab saran wrap. So I have to grab that. I'm gonna check on my string of pearls too. It should be okay. But just in case. Okay. So these have water. There's a little bit of there's some water in the drip tray that they can suck up. They're gonna suck up water for at least the next 20 minutes. And I've got to check on this. So this is new growth on my Florida Ghost. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to spray it with some water. And the dogs are barking. Sammy! Okay. So I just sprayed it with some water, give it some extra humidity, just to kind of help that leaf get unstuck and stop doing the little Cinderella slipper thing going on. But we should be okay there. If not, I'll deal with it when I get back. It's fine. Stuff happens. But yeah, everything else So this is dry, but the leaves are still pretty taut and like full of they're still plump and nice. But we've got new growth on my Peperomia Hope. Like, look at that new strand. So should be good on that one. Dang. I'm gonna go ahead and water the new begonia and the Dischidia that I have in here. The Dischidia is giving me new growth too. Look at all those new little baby leaves. Even on the like all white strand here. It's like that like tendril kind of dried up, but there is a new leaf there. It's an all white leaf. This one's dry, and the leaves are kind of soft. I'm gonna just go ahead and water it. It's fine. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm at least like hoping, because the soil is dry. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of water. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the begonia once I get another drip tray that's ready to be used. But yeah, I am going to go ahead, grab the plants that I'm going to spray off, and I'm going to spray them off, and then crap, I still need the saran wrap. There's so much to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray them off and let them kind of dry a little bit, hang them back up, and I will be back with the saran wrap for you. So I've done this like a whole bunch of times in my videos. I'm just going to spray the webbing off, and then I am going to spray them with my homemade insecticidal soap, which is neem oil, horticultural soap that's peppermint scented, and water. That's all it is. And yeah, I might spray them with this Dead AF spray too, which is another insecticidal. It's a on-the-spot treatment for spider mites, aphids, thrips, scale, and mealies. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with this too, just to be safe. And yeah, I will be back when I have the saran wrap, so that we can just saran wrap these poles. So I'll be back. Okay, so just sprayed the plants off. They've been sprayed with my homemade insecticidal soap, and then as they are, I forgot I had Amazon coming today too. So I've got Amazon packages coming today too. But anyways, once they're dried off a little bit, I'm going to spray them with the Dead AF spray and put them back up. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and move one of the poles closer so that you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then I'm just gonna speed through the rest because I have no idea how it's gonna work out. I've never done this before, but I know you can do this to keep the humidity in and to like keep the moss wet for longer, and so it doesn't dry out. So we're gonna try it, and fingers crossed it works. So let me move you to where you can see, and we will get started. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse the mess and like this angle, but it was the best thing I could do. Yeah, I'm just gonna start with like little pieces at a time and see how that works. And just kind of go from there. Let's see this. I'm just gonna wrap the top part. I can talk. I'm gonna wrap this top part first. Okay, we're staying. And I need another little thing because that needs to move. Okay, I went ahead and grabbed a little clip. I'm just going to clip this in here so that the aerial roots can start to root in here, hopefully. There we go. And I just pinned the aerial roots to the moss with the little clip. Now the hard part is trying to do this with leaves in the way. Oh crap. Especially with a delicate plant like this. This is my baby El Chaco Red. And there's the mowers again. So I'm not gonna worry about like all of the moss, but I am gonna try and get like most of it. Okay. I think that's good. Most of it's covered. It's just this little patch pretty much right here. And then just a little bit down at the bottom. But honestly, that should be okay. That should be good. I mean, there's still holes up here that aren't covered, but we should be good, honestly. The cup kind of blocks most of it. So there's that one. And I am just going to go ahead and speed through the rest of this. And hopefully get it done. So let's do that. So this one also has a new leaf trying to escape right there. So I didn't wrap that. I just sprayed it with some water. This one was a lot harder to try to wrap. Just because these leaves are kind of delicate. So I just kind of wrapped the petioles up with it and kept the leaves out. At least to the best of my ability. Is it the best? No. Is it going to work? Hopefully. But yeah, that's it. I'm hoping it will work. So I don't know what this one's problem has been lately, but she has been having some trouble with her last two leaves that like came out. Maybe it's because of this leaf right here. I think I will pin it to the side. At least try to. So that this stops happening. Maybe hopefully it will stop damaging all these other leaves. I don't know. We're gonna see if that works. Hopefully it does. Because I really like this plant. And it's kind of disappointing that her last 2 leaves here have just kind of been wonky, to say the least. The easiest part to wrap is the part that has nothing on it. So if you have to do this, just be forewarned. It's kind of irritating because I don't want to like break anything, but at the same time. You know what? So far, this one has been the easiest one to do. I think it's because it has longer petioles. But yeah. So now I'm getting in here to the smaller leaves here. Peace. I think this one turned out the best. Like, pretty much every inch of this one is covered. It does have a, you know, the caterpillar. I did put that in here just because this leaf's still pretty new and I don't think it's gonna try to push out another leaf while I'm gone. If not, the humidity will help it. It'll be fine. This one takes a little while to put out new leaves. Oh, my lights are turning on. Okay, So this one is my Syngonium albo. I'm not gonna wrap this one, and I'm going to tell you why. So she's been reverting on me, and I've already cut her once, which, see right there. And so this is new growth. This is green, ain't doing nothing. And this leaf looks green, ain't doing nothing. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wait till I come back. But I'm gonna cut her up because this stem here, it has no variegation on the stem. It has absolutely nothing. And honestly, the stem here, it goes down to very little variegation, whereas this one, pretty variegated, right? Same thing kind of down here. So looking at this, looks like I have 1, 2, looks like I have maybe 3 good growth points that I can take cuttings from. Whereas this strand over here, this one just, it's all white. I mean, there's a half moon, which I think this is actually the leaf from, yeah, so this is an original leaf from when I took a cutting. I mean, it has just that tiny bit of green. This leaf, it's all freaking white. So, well, it might have a little bit of green, but honestly, it throws so many white leaves. It's like 4 or 5 white leaves before it throws one semi-variegated leaf where it has like a little bit of green. And so that strand just isn't good. So I'm not gonna worry about saran wrapping this one just because I'm going to cut it up when I come back. So we're done with saran wrapping. I am going to, because my phone's gonna die again, I'm going to let that charge for a little bit, take a break from plant tea related things, and I will come back for a little cleanup and possibly a little Amazon unboxing. It's just a couple of things, so I think I'm gonna do it here. If not, it will just be like a little bonus video if it doesn't get here within the next probably 30 minutes to an hour, because I have to start editing this as well as the repot that is going to be up on Sunday. So I will be back. Alright guys, so just coming back on. Good news and bad news. Good news is my new phone's here and it's set up, ready to go. Bad news, my Amazon's not here yet. So we're just gonna use that as a second video. It's fine. I am running completely behind schedule because I made some food, ate, and then started binge watching NCIS. So that happened. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut the video here and I'm gonna go pack because I'm still not packed, and it is 3:34 now. So yeah, get out of my face, please. I am gonna go pack, and I was distracted with moving everything over onto that phone, the new phone, and just everything else. So I'm gonna go pack. Thank you for watching this. I know it was very chaotic. I'm crossing my fingers I'm going to have it up in time, edited and up in time, and oh my gosh, hang on. Okay, like I was saying, crossing my fingers that I'm going to have this edited and uploaded and scheduled on time to be uploaded tomorrow. And yeah, we're just going to hope nothing throws a huge hissy fit while I am gone. But I think we'll be okay. I'm not gonna film it. I'm just going to very quickly clean up this room a little bit and just get ready to leave. And I might actually take a nap. Crap, and I still have to figure out what the heck we're gonna have for dinner. Joys. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I will see you guys when I'm back. Well, you guys will see a repotting video. But other than that, I'll see you guys when I get back. Bye.